Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Save mark from himself. It's the game week 2 review. 5 managers went into the transfer market this week. Would have been 6, but someone got their sums wrong. And two of those 5 managers made a second transfer of the season. We're only in game week 2. In this edition of Banter in the Box, we got your game week 2 winners and losers. 4 winners, 4 losers. We've also got not one, not one, but 2 entries to the Wall of Shame. And we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 quotes of the week. Last week I called out for more banter. Several managers responded, and we've also had our first meme of the week. And we've got a manager of the season update. Did anyone get last week's Who the Fuck Is That? Which had rolled over and was worth 2 manager of the season points. So the game week 2 winners take a bow. Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee climbed 4 places to 17th. You have to go back to the 18th of August 2016, over 7 years ago, for the last time Stephen Lee was as high as 17th in the table. Take a bow also, no fucking chance, FC manager Angela Addis. Angela climbed 2 places to the heady heights of 24th. You have to go back to the 24th of September 2021 for the last time Angela was as high as 24th in the table, almost 2 years ago. He was a game week 1 loser, but he's bounced back to be a game week 2 winner. Take a bow. Green Top Milk manager James Bloomfield climbed 3 places to 20th. And 20th is the highest he's been since the 16th of August 2020, over 3 years ago. But the biggest game week 2 winner, take a bow, the Creed Bratton Society's Mad Hatter, the joint biggest climber in game week 2, up 7 places to 5th with a weekly win. 51 points being scored in game week 2 as the Mad Hatter joins the title race. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. And the game week 2 losers, hide your head in shame. Benny United manager Mark Benwell. Turning into the season from hell from Benny. The biggest fallers in game week 2, down 10 places to 18th. And it's exactly a year to the day, the 26th of August 2022, the last time Benny United was as low as 18th in the Family Fantasy Football League. Hide your head in shame. No effing rude names manager Nikki Lee, who dropped 1 place to 8th. And that's the lowest she's been in the Family Fantasy Football League since June 2010, 13 years ago. Bit harsh. She's been out of the league for 13 years. Hide your head in shame also. Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney dropped a place to the bottom of the Family Fantasy Football League. Mr. Maloney has been in the FFFL now for many, many years. And the current FFFL Cup holder falls to the bottom of the table. Steve has never ever been as low as 28th in the Family Fantasy Football League. The biggest game week 2 loser, hide your head in shame, 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby dropped 8 places to 26th into the relegation zone with the lowest score in game week 2 of just 13 points, where they had them 1 manager of the season point lost. Wall of Shame, they are all of the people that have appeared on the Wall of Shame so far. And then this week, Di Maloney, no happy endings manager, tried to become the first manager to use the one and only permitted wildcard tactical gambit by making multiple transfers in a single week, but she got her sums wrong. Her team added up to more than £80 million when she tried to spend £5 million on the wildcard tactical gambit and transfer in the players that she wanted to transfer in. So the transfers were null and void, and Di makes the Wall of Shame and loses a Manager of the Season point. And I alluded to it last week, but Benny United manager Mark Benwell has indeed appeared on the Wall of Shame for a third time. Once for an invalid team at the start of the season, and since then he's submitted not one but two invalid transfers. 3 times on the Wall of Shame might be a record. 4 times, that would definitely be a record, not the record that anyone wants. And it's another Manager of the Season point lost, Mark, for being on the Wall of Shame. Quote of the week. Talking of Benny United being on the Wall of Shame, I had a message from Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes, who said this: there is a save Mark from the wall campaign. In his defence, with his current age state and living on past glories, he can no longer add up or has any comprehension of either day or time. He has forgotten that the aim is to win the Family Fantasy Football League, not to see how many times he can get on the Wall of Shame. Look kindly on Mark in his infirm state and keep him from the wall. He is already the Wall of Shame undisputed king. Also, for achieving a Wall of Shame hat-trick so early in the season, should he earn back a Manager of the Season point? Should he earn back a Manager? No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't, Steve. But that made me smile. 1 Manager of the Season point to you, Mr. Holmes. But I couldn't stop there. All of Mark's brothers are putting the boot in. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch said this: Jeff, can I get a price on Benny United making the Wall of Shame for a 4th time? They're very, very, very short odds, Neil, to be fair. 100 to 1 on him making it a 4th time on the Wall of Shame. But 1 Manager of the Season point to you, Neil, for asking the question. Made me smile. And the third and final quote of the week comes from Masters of None manager Jack Hawksby. He's the only manager in FFFO history, as far as I can recall, who's produced a team crest, which he announced this week on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. There's the crest there in the top left corner. And on announcing the club crest for the Masters of None, Jack said this: I've heard what many of you have been asking. Who is this new team taking the Family Fantasy Football League 2023-24 season by storm? Do not be alarmed, for it is only the new name of the team formerly known as Never the Boys. As you may have already seen, the branding isn't the only thing that's changed. No, the Masters of None also have a new winning lineup of players, and it won't be long before we have claimed the top spot. Notice the 3 stars representing the 3 accolades we will be taking home next year: Champion of the League, Conqueror of the Cup, and of course, Manager of the Season. And we cannot forget the crown, symbolising me, the master himself, the Jack of all trades. I take back what I said earlier. Be alarmed. Well, a Manager of the Season point, just for the confidence, to be honest. This is the 22nd best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, who's never won any major honours, but has got massively carried away for reaching 6th in the table and sustaining it for a week. I love it. I love the confidence, and I love the fact that that post on the Family Fantasy Football League, which got Jack 1 Manager of the Season point, and this response from the big Bostocoglius manager Niall Ponsford, looking rather sinister there. Niall posted this meme on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group: the my rivalry with the Ontario Grizzlies is over. My ex-gaffer is my new rival now. Niall was a couple of seasons ago Jack's assistant manager on Never the Boys, before he broke away to become a manager of his own right last season. And I love the tongue-in-cheek dig at Jack there. 5th on that podium, although it should be 6th. over celebrating, I think you can say, his position in the Family Fantasy Football League. That seems to be Niall's response. Really made me smile. 1 Manager of the Season point to you, Niall. Who the fuck is that? Was a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. It was worth 2 Managers of the Season points. 4 managers had a go this week. No cock for me manager Sarah Goodwin thought that it was a picture of yours truly manager Chairman's Choice. That was an incorrect guess, Sarah. Benny United manager Mark Benwell thought that that was a picture of top of the table Juan Veron FC manager Luck Where's the K Williams. Sorry Mark, that was an incorrect answer. And Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch and Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes both went the same way. They both thought that that was a picture of 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby. And that, fellas, is an incorrect answer. So it means the manager of the season table looks like this. The Mad Hatter rises to 14th for being a Game Week 2 winner. Neil Hatch goes to 13th for getting a point for a quote of the week. Nicola Lee and Mark Benwell drop to joint 10th. Nicola Lee for being a Game Week 2 loser. Mark Benwell losing 2 points this week. 1 for being a Game Week 2 loser. 1 for making the Wall of Shame. Stephen Lee and Angela Addis joined Jack Hoxby in joint third. Stephen and Angela for being Game Week 2 winners. Jack Hoxby for having a quote of the week. And Niall Ponsford joins Mops Hoxby at the top of the Family Fantasy Football League table. Niall for getting a point for having a meme of the week. So it's Niall and Mops who are top of the manager of the season table at this early stage. And so we are rolling it over as no one's got it right. We're rolling it over for a third week. That is a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. We've ruled out 5 managers now over the last 2 weeks, which means you've got a 1 in 23 chance of getting it right, and 3 Manager of the Season points if you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there. That's it for this week. Until next week, stay safe, enjoy the bank holiday weekend, take care everyone, bye bye.